safe to say I'm the biggest, the largest. Been stepping up shit since my mama stayed in them apartments. Regardless, my daddy told me keep the heat even when I'm in foreigns. I'm heartless, cause these niggas is hating on me just because I'm the biggest, the largest, the biggest, the largest. 30K on my riches for hard times. These niggas just mad cause they bitchin' my archives. Jordan came back, so the 4-5. If you play, then you lay right there by your own kind. Pull up a 4 in a loco, tell them run this bitch back like so-so. Got this rap shit here in the chokehold. Did a show out in Austin, shout out to Bobo. Moved out the trenches, now look how we live. Tell my BM to furnish the crib. Walk out the mall with some shoes for the kids. Deposit the checks from my bank.
What up, though? What's cracking, Scorpio? I hope that all of my beautiful and my handsome Scorpios out there are doing well. All right, y'all, so let's get into this good old bucket read. Let's see what it is that you need to know. So we got 2027. So something about this year could be significant for you, your career, your finances, your love life. Like something significant can happen in 2027, okay? We got a side piece. All right, so this situation could involve a side piece of somebody who this could have been about a woman who was dealing with multiple men, or they had a particular side piece here, or this is how they view this connection here. Things are finally aligning and there's nowhere to go but up from here. So I feel like you could have closed out a very significant cycle in your life. And this cycle was full of challenges. It was full of ups and downs. Like this particular cycle really made you test your faith. It was a test of faith for you. You know, this is also, you know, they can't say you can't have a great testament without a great test. So I feel like the situations that you went through, like it really was for you to be able to give a testimony about your experiences and how God seen you through each step of the way. Like you didn't have to worry about nothing. Like even though you was worried, even though you was concerned about some shit, you know, it was like after it was all said and done, like this really shows you like the universe got you. You know, like you could have questioned some things, you were unsure about some things, you know, but it's like after you've been through certain things and it's like you what's that song? He's never failed me yet. You saw that God never failed you. Like they was there with you every step of the way. You knew it wasn't nothing but God that got you out of some situations here, okay? An earth sign is wondering who you are dealing with. This could be a Virgo, Taurus, a Capricorn. So this can be particular, okay? You could have been dealing with the earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn in the past. And now this is somebody that's sitting back wondering who you cuddled up with, who you dealing with, if it's cuffing season, had somebody came in and cuffed your ass up. All right, we got hidden enemies. So there could have been a situation where you could have had some hidden enemies. These could have been some family members, some friends, some coworkers, lovers that was hiding behind these fake smiles. You know, or this is something that's being revealed to a particular person here. Get ready for this overflow of abundance. All right. So I feel like things are starting to finally align, especially if you like struggle financially. Your finances have been like the biggest struggle for you. Just know, like you're about to receive this overflow of abundance. This can be protection as well, life. You know, some years added on to your life here. Like this can be anything. Okay. We got transaction love. They treated relationships like a business deal, focus on what they would get back or out of the situation here. So this could have been a side piece. This could have been their mentality. You could have been dealing with someone that was used to this type of love. So it's like when they would get with people, like they wouldn't give a fuck about what people had to offer them. None of that. Like they were just strictly going in, all right, like what am I gonna get about this situation? How can I get ahead? You know, this is like a hustler's mentality. Like they always had a plan about how they was going. I ain't gonna say get one up, but it was like they always focus on them. They were very selfish. They weren't worried about love. They weren't worried about none of this shit. Okay. Ooh, baby, somebody want to be your husband, baby. Okay. So somebody wants to be your husband. For some of y'all, 2027, that's next year. Could be significant. You could be getting married next year. We got Virgo or somebody who got Virgo placements. All right, we got Gemini male. So this can be concerning or about a Gemini male. Look at y'all. Somebody want to talk about marriage, y'all. I can't make this up. Y'all see these cards? Some of them still flipped over. Somebody wants to be your husband, and they're now ready to talk about marriage. And there's someone that's very envious. Okay, somebody who is very envious, maybe over this union or you and this person coming together. This could have been a hidden enemy, you know. And when you're a hidden enemy, that means that you're very close. You close, you know, you within somebody's personal space, so you are very close to this person, so you know certain things, you know, and you use that type of information to your advantage here. So let's see what's going on. All right, so let's clarify. Let's see who this person is that wants to be your husband. All right, if you a male, take it as somebody who wants to be your wife. Y'all take the energy, flip it, do how you need to do to it. But someone, regardless of the situation, whether they want to be your husband, they want to be your wife, they want to talk about marriage. I feel like this is someone that's ready to sit down and have this talk about marriage. And for some of y'all, you like, bitch, we ain't even in a relationship. How the fuck we gonna be sitting down talking about marriage and shit? So let's just see what's going on. Messages for my Scorpios. I love you, Scorpio, and I hope something here has been resonating for you so far. So clarify, Holy Spirit, who is this person that wants to talk about marriage? That's what we'll ask. We know somebody possibly want to be your husband too, but we just want to see who this person is that wants to talk about marriage. Who is this person that wants to talk about marriage with Scorpio? Who wants to talk about marriage? All right. You were the light in their dark world. So I feel like when you connected with this person, they could have been in a very low place in their life. Everything in their life was falling apart. They may not have a job, a car, or their own house. Or they had a lot of dark attachments to them, a lot of dark entities. They always attracted these type of men or women in their life, but somehow you brought this person joy. Like even though the devil had a hold to them, it was like you were able to transcend this ray of sunshine to this person. You see, like you were able to get through. Like when you're in a dark energy, it's hard for light to see you. Light means love and all that. But you were able to like get through to this person and you did make them happy. Who is this person that wants to talk about marriage? I'll be heartbroken if you don't choose me, but I will understand why. So I feel like for some of you, this could have been a male. Like maybe they only view themselves as a side piece, somebody who, just come in, give you some good love and go on about their business. This could have been a woman that viewed you as a side piece. Like whatever this situation was, like now if they want to sit down and have a conversation about marriage and talk about the future and all this, and you be like, I'm good. I don't even want to do that. Like, it's gonna break their heart, but at the same time, shit, they ain't got no choice but to understand it. So something happened between you and this particular person. We do got envious. There could have been some envious people that did some things, talked about this connection to interfere with it. Okay, I know that you can take care of yourself, but I want to be the one to do it. So this is giving me like big emperor energy. Okay, boss daddy, boss mommy, someone who wants to provide for you, take care of you, like not control you with money, but just like they don't want you to have to worry about that. You ain't gotta worry about the bills and stuff around the house. You ain't gotta worry about the stuff outside the house. I put the gas in the car, I pay the the car notes, the insurance. Like I do that. You know what I'm saying? You just do stuff you need to do for you and I handle everything else. Like this is the type of conversation you and this person will have. Like, man, I got this. You just focus on the kids. If you got kids, like, do what you need to do for everything else, and I handle this main shit right here. That's me, okay? This person feel like it may be too late. So it's like now they look at you as wifey material, husband material. Now they want to settle down and talk about the future. It may be too late because remember, I would be heartbroken if you don't choose me, but I understand why. So for some of you, you may be in a whole nother relationship, or maybe you just don't want to be with them. Like, either way, they feel like they may be too late. It took them too long to do something here. Let's do a couple more messages from my Scorpios. I had to walk away from toxic family members and friends. What did I say? They had hidden enemies. There were a lot of hidden enemies in this situation. I feel like for you, Scorpio, you found your enemies. Spirit revealed your enemies, and you was able to get the fuck on away from them. This particular person, it took them a little longer to realize that mom and dad and sister and cousin them and auntie and uncle them and my best friend from back when and all them shit, they really didn't give a fuck about them. They were envious of this person and what they were going to have if they did meet somebody who was like they're better to have, somebody that was going to encourage them and push them and motivate them to become the best version of themselves. People be envious of shit like that. Don't nobody want to see two motherfuckers be in love, and that's crazy. Let's get one more. I'm using my power to attract great things in my life. So this could be someone now that's learning about manifesting and learning about to be in a more positive energy to operate in their life like light. All right, now we do have, duality. You have to be in your light and your dark. But it's like you don't have to know when to do both. You have to know when to step into that dark to protect yourself and your energy, and how it's okay to let down your guard and be that loving person that you really are. You have to know how to balance that shit. It's a balancing act around this bitch, okay? So they know that they can't walk around being this dark, negative, dark cloud and rain down everybody damn life. Nobody want to be around this shit, But sometimes you need to step up, and when you're being a protector and a provider and it's like that, shit, you gotta know when to make those calls. You may gotta know how to. You may be dealing with somebody that operating that light all the time. You operating in your life, in your light, you'll be blind to some shit. But when you got that person that kind of be on that shit, shit, they know what it is before you do. All right, so we got Aquarius, Libra, Cancer, Sag. Who is this reading about for Scorpio? Libra, Taurus, Cancer, Scorpio. Who is this about for my Scorpio? Damn, Libra, Heavy, Aries, Leo. Leo, Scorpio, and Heavy Taurus. All right, you guys. I love you. And until next time, stay blessed.